Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine and staying safe and happy. I am your science teacher, Miss Farheen, and I welcome you all to your science class. My dear students, as you know that we are on chapter number 6 and the name of our chapter is Force and Motion. And my dear students, we have covered, alhamdulillah, all the student learning outcomes of this chapter. Today, I am going to review the chapter, जिसमें हम तमाम SLOs को revise करेंगे one by one. I will ask some questions, some reading pages की revision करेंगे, and by the end I will provide you with an assessment sheet. So let's get started. So my dear students, quickly recap and tell me that what are force and motion. Force is push and pull, and motion is when something is not stationary, it is in movement, that is motion. So my dear students, now let's start the reading. Reading में क्या है हम revise करेंगे. So my dear students, सबसे पहले हमने force and motion को discuss किया था. So what is force and motion? So force is push or pull, and motion is when something is not stationary. And how force affects motion? It can stop, it can change the direction, it can make things move. So these are the effects of force. मोशन पे जिस तरीके से ये इफेक्ट करता है. सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ we discussed about the force of gravity, which is another type of force. So हमने what is force of gravity? Force of gravity is the pull of the earth which it exerts on everything. Then we discussed about force of friction, which is another type of force, or force of friction. What is force of friction? So force of friction is the force between two surfaces when they are in contact, और ये motion के against work करती है हमेशा. Then we discussed about, my dear students, advantages of friction. So friction जो है ये आपको walk करने में help करती है, slip होने से बचाती है. इसके अलावा ये चीज़ों को intact रखती है. अदरवाइज जो है कोई भी चीज़ जो है वो सब हर चीज़ बेकाबू हो जाए अगर फ्रिक्शन फोर्स जो है वो ना हो. सो मोशन को ये चेक रखती है, काबू में रखती है. देन वी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ द फ्रिक्शन. सो फ्रिक्शन के डिसएडवांटेजेस में ये चीज़ आती है कि ये जो है हीट प्रोड्यूस करती है जब दो सर्फेसेस जो है वो इन कांटेक्ट होती हैं. इसके अलावा ये मशीन्स की एफिशिएंसी जो है उसको कम कर देती है. जो डिफरेंट पार्ट्स होते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के या मशीन्स के, वो जल्दी वॉर्न आउट हो जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ फ्रिक्शन. So my dear students, then we discussed what are simple machines. हमने simple machines के बारे में बात की. So simple machines जो है ये ऐसी machines होती हैं जो कि हमारे काम को बहुत ही आसान कर देती हैं. And how they help us? They reduce our effort and save our time. So what is a lever? हमने liver के बारे में बात की थी. So liver is a rod. What are its functions? So इसके function क्या होता है कि ये चीज़ों को lift करने में हमारी help करता है, heavy load को. So what is a pulley? So pulley is basically wheel and rope. And what are its functions? So when you apply, it changes the direction of the force and helps to lift heavy load. Okay, my dear students, so then we discussed about the gears and ramps. So what are the functions of gears and ramp? Gears helps to make things move, and ramp helps to lift the heavy load from one level to another. So my dear students, then we made a project. We made a moving car. So project जो है I hope आप सबने भी बनाया होगा. Now let's quickly move forward towards the practice, जिसके लिए मैं आपको assessment sheet दूंगी so that I can evaluate you कि आपने इस chapter से क्या क्या सीखा. So you can download this assessment sheet or worksheet from the description box below this video, or you can get it in print form by your teacher. So write down your name and roll number and then quickly start working on the worksheet. So what are force and motion? You have to define it. What is force of gravity? What right advantages and disadvantages of friction? Then you have to write names of simple machines and their functions. So here are some simple machines given to you. आपको इनके names लिखने हैं और उसके बाद functions जो हैं वो in given spaces में write down करने हैं. So pause the video and quickly finish the worksheet. I hope everybody has done the worksheet. Now let's quickly move forward towards the homework. For homework, you will do question number 10 given on page number 90. and the wrap up of the chapter. So my dear students, इसमें हमने force and motion के बारे में पढ़ा. Then we discussed about force of gravity, we discussed about the frictional force, we discussed about the advantages and disadvantages of friction. We also discussed about many simple machines like lever, pulley, gears and ramps. So my dear students, I hope you have learned a lot of things from this chapter. Keep everybody around you safe. Have a good day. Thank you so much and Allah Hafiz.